Okay, Miss Deborah, here we go. This is your training for adding events to NOVI. So I'm in NOVI, and you will see if I go to the events tab here, I'm going to walk you through the one I've already done. So here's the January after hours and board inductions, and you don't have to worry because it's inactive, as you can see up here in the top. Okay. And at the end, once we get them all in, we can activate them very easily on the main screen. All right. So there's nothing under the attendees tab because that's where the attendees are registered. You start with the details tab. Okay. We call it the January Pro After Hours and Board Induction. Most of the things that you're going to do for this time is going to be after hours and smart series. Once you get used to those, we'll elevate you to something that has a fee. Okay. So these are free events. You put the title here. You always choose your category. As I said, you want yours to be Central Virginia events. Kate will create and Kimmy will create a logo and a featured image. So once we're done, we just need to tell them that we're ready for them to create those. Kate's also going to create a template that says something like, please join us for Pro Central Virginia's January Pro After Hours and Board Inductions hosted by, and this is to be determined. We also have a CEU presentation here. So I'm going to come up. I have sent you links to get to this folder, Education Events. And in this one, I think we're going to call this, we're doing something with contracts. Okay. And Thomas Cressman is the speaker. All right. And I'm just copying his name here because it's a little hard. Okay. Pro member and attorney. And we could, Kate and them might end up changing some of this. Thomas Cressman with Cressman and Westberg PC. And I just know this. You put in what you know and we'll update it later. Okay. Cressman and Westberg PC will present well, what will he do? Let's see here. Let's say there is a CEU presentation. CEU is Continuing Education Unit. CEU presentation by Pro member and attorney Thomas Cressman on what's in your contract. Kind of like what's in your wallet. Haha, get it? Well, maybe Kate and them can make a spoof. I'm going to put this in here for Kate and Kimmy on what's in your wallet commercial. Okay. We'll see. They might get it and they might not. If they do, they'll take that out, of course. Okay. Let's see. Does your contract include, I don't know, we'll get bullet points from Thomas on the presentation. Okay. Get bullets from Thomas on presentation takeaways. All right. All right, next, there are no secondary details we don't need to worry about. The time and date, as I mentioned before, you choose the calendar, choose the time, and then you manually update the date here, okay? Most of them are not going to be recurring. DC has recurring women's events and things like that, so Debbie might use that. If we know the address, we start putting the name of it, like it might be custom view, and start typing the address. If it's online, we put this here and then we can create the URL link and stuff using our Zoom accounts here. But for now, just to get past this, I don't know who's hosting and it's kind of a save the date. So I'm just leaving it alone. We don't include an agenda. The association staff, I would put you since you're going to be the main point of contact for Central Virginia. And once we get your picture uploaded there, that'll be great. Okay. post-registration details, we don't need any additional details, but if there was interesting parking situation or something we wanted them to know, we could put it here, okay? We don't have a secondary call to action. I'm not worried about budgeting and attendance counts. And then the page title is this, which was what was up here at the very top. And then I sometimes shorten this, it'll create one, and I shorten it like January Pro After Hours 2024. I'm gonna probably need to put in here CVA since DC will have an after hours too. So I'm creating, it's gonna say January Pro CVA After Hours 2024, okay? And then I hit the save button. So that's the detail sheet. Then I'm coming over to tickets. Tickets is how do they register? What are they registering for? Is it a seat? Is it a whatever? So when I come over to tickets, I said I wanted a new and a registration. Okay. Like how, no, wait, that's not it, is it? Hold on, give me a second, baby. No, I do want ticket. I don't want a registration. I want a ticket. So you're going to come up and you're going to create the ticket that they can register for. I'm going to delete this. I messed this up. Done. Okay. So I come up here. I'm creating a ticket for this event. Okay. This is what they're signing up for. It's one seat. Like at the gala, I could have a table for 10 and I would change this to 10 seats. Okay. So, this, I'm not calling it member registration. I could do member registration or non-member registration, but I don't really want to discriminate. Like sometimes I will use a non-member registration when there's an additional fee for a non-member. I don't want to do that right now. So this is just a individual. No, let's not say individual. Let's just say a registration. Okay, registration, boom. All right, we don't need any other information. It's just as plain and simple. It's a free event. If it were paid, we'd put the cost here, okay? But it's a free event. There is continuing education because we've got the CEU presentation by Thomas Pressman. And if you're doing one of these and you don't know, just leave it blank. I will, when we come back in to review them together, I will tell you what to add. On construction contracts. What's in your contract? Question mark. Okay. And that is, it's an hour-long presentation. We always, all of our CEUs are usually 1 hour, and it's a continuing education credit. Okay. If it were something, we don't use any of these others. So just, it's always a continuing education credit. Oh, I put something else in there. Weird. Okay. Then there's no limited quantity, but like for the gala, I would have put 150 seats. Okay. But there's no, and then like if there's a certain availability or time that you want it to be available, that's what that is. I want anybody to be able to see it, but I only want people with a logged in. So I'm going to come down here and it says user has a user account. That means, remember how you were seeing people who registered for an event, but it didn't create them as a person in NOVI? This will force their hand. They have to register. They have to log in, and we'll be able to capture them and associate them with a prospect record or a member record. Okay. So has user account. And that is restricted to the purchaser only. So the purchaser could come in and register themselves and like any other team members that they wanted to. Okay. And then the confirmation email may say something simple like, thank you for registering for Pro Central Virginia's after hours and board induction. How about we call it a January after hours and board inductions? And then Only thing I don't really need here required is I want them to provide these things, but I don't need the phone number, but I do want the name, company, and email. So if we needed to email them an update, we would have it. Save and close. Okay. There are no product add-ons there. If it was something that had a fee, we could add promo codes. And then I set it to send a reminder 2 days before the event. There's probably lots of things that we could do here, but for your purposes, I want you to focus on the details and the tickets. Okay. Registration, free, 1 seat. So, all right, I'm going to stop now. Try your hand at it. So if you come over to this, you're looking for this calendar here. So the next thing you're going to do is the Smart Series on February 7th from 5 to 7:30. It's at Sears Lumber and Millwork. It's on framing, zip walls, and braced walls. Then you'll do the Pro After Hours on March 13th. You won't worry about Meet the Remodeler or Beer and Barbecue. You'll do the Pro Hours for June, Smart Series for July. You could do a meetup. It's like going to be at Brambley Park. There's no charge. Everybody's on their own dime sort of thing. I'll do the shrimp boil. You can do the Pro After Hours for October. I'll do everything else. I'll do the gala, and you could do the holiday party and elections. Okay. And a lot of these places, we don't know the place yet. So just choose location none. Okay. And then this form here will tell you a little bit more about what they're going to learn. So for example, this one's going to be on recent code changes, and Lehman Brothers. These people are probably going to be the ones presenting. You can put that information in right now, or we can wait and firm it up later. Okay. So try your hand at it. You're going to be fine. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Just don't activate it and we'll be good to go. Bye.